How to do the hard work. So, this is something we all want to do. This is something that is so critical into feeling productive. Whether that is your studies, going to the gym, any big audacious goal you have has a lot of hard work attached to it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be like a big audacious task that you needed like a lot of effort to achieve it. If you know, if you want to get in great shape, there's a lot of difficulty to get there. There's a lot of hard work you need to do. And sometimes just the goal itself doesn't motivate you. There's days where you wake up and you have an exam coming up, boom, you can bust out 3 hours of revision. There's other days where you get up and you can't even imagine doing 5 minutes. So by the end of this video, I'm going to teach you everything I used, where over the last year I've put on 10 kilos of muscle, I got distinctions in university and also did my levels at the same time and got great grades, and did a bunch of other things. And that's not me boasting, this is me saying that I went from being a complete dumbass that couldn't achieve anything remotely to that for years and years and years and years, to I implemented some of these simple things. They're simple, not easy, that made doing the hard work required for all these things a lot more manageable and a lot more consistent. Because it's great for you to watch a motivational video and do the hard work once, do it in that one morning. But if you're a fat guy and one day a week you fast or just eat salad, like really, really difficult day, but in the other 6 days you eat junk food constantly, are you going to get fit? No. We want to be consistent. And to achieve consistency is going to take a few steps. So, number one, break down the ultra marathon into 1 mile parts. If you run a 100-mile marathon, but like ultra marathons are 100-mile marathons if you don't know, you don't just think, oh yeah, start, let's go, let's sprint. No, you break down every single part into, okay, this part, this part, this part, this part, I'm going to run from here to that hill, I'm going to then walk to this part. And it's not just about the planning of it, it's about making it manageable for your mind. The way I implemented this actually was I have like a workout. Basically, I work out for like an hour and a half a day. That being an hour and a bit of resistance training, some stretching, some cardio. Now, how okay, how do I do that? Well, because say 18 months ago, I could barely do 30 minutes. Well, the way I did that is I've broken up my workout into like for 3 or 4 different parts, where each part's like a manageable 20-minute segment. 20-minute segment, 30-minute segment, 20-minute segment. You can make it even smaller. I used to have 10-minute segments. And this way, I had this big task in front of me and I thought, okay, can I do an hour and a half workout right after I come back from school or work? Not a chance. Can I do 10 minutes in the morning and then 10 minutes after breakfast and then 10 minutes after work and then shower and then do 10 minutes after the shower and then 10 minutes before dinner and then 10 minutes after dinner? And yes, it became so much more manageable. And then over time, you can bunch them together just as your discipline grows. But this made it so much better. Like, I still don't. I don't have like a 3 hour work block. I have a 1 hour work block, a 45-minute work block, a half an hour work block. And this makes it so at the end of the day, sure, it hurts my ego that I just did like an hour of work, for example, instead of like 5 hours continuously. But at the end of my day, I've worked for like 6 hours on like the deep work on the important stuff. I've done an hour and a half workout, done all these good things, but it's because I've split it down. Because there's no chance in hell that I can, just have the task in front of me and do it. Some people can. If you're one of those guys that just wakes up, oh yeah, I have an hour and a half workout, sure, no problem. Fantastic. That discipline is great. Implement it to the other things in your life and you'll be extremely successful. I'm not at that stage yet, so this is what I did, and it helped me kind of trick my brain. Where I have a friend who described it very well. He said, "Going to the gym every day is hard. It's not you. You can't think that in 5 years I'll achieve this, but I have 5 years of hard training to get to that. No, it's what can I do today? Okay, today I can eat clean. Today I can work out for a little bit. Today I can go for a run. All these things will culminate into eventually having the result. Super, super important. Now I can give you another example. So you need to study, and you need to do 3 hours of studying. So you need to do two past papers. You need to do a past paper, and then you need to do, revision of a specific topic. The way you're going to achieve that is you're going to do if you can't split it up, try your best to. If you can split it up as much as you can. that it becomes until it becomes manageable. Don't split up infinitely to 5 minute sections. Split it up until you can do it. Sure, can you do a 3 hour revision session right away? Probably not. Can you do a 45 minute? Yeah. Can you do 25 minutes even if 45 seems too ridiculous? Yes. And then after you do 25 minutes, no, you can just do that multiple times a day. Next, the plane uses thrust at the start then glides. I've just told you, I'll only do 25 minutes, and you think this is stupid, like, I'm splitting my focus up, it's not going to work. Well, yeah, but here's the thing, you've now made it manageable for your brain to enter the task. When I can't be asked to work out some days, I don't say to myself I'm going to drop down and do a set of 60 push-ups, 70 push-ups in a row. I say to myself I'm going to do 20. After I've done 20, there is like, it's so much easier, so much easier for me to then actually do the rest of them. You need to begin. So the way that difficulty works in a task, let me make that a little bit higher. Say you need to revise for 3 hours, or even 90 minutes, a past paper for example. The start feels like a 10 out of 10 difficulty because you see all this abyss of time in front of you. It's so difficult. But as soon as you get started, it plummets. It becomes so much easier. You start going, and then no. Over time, and then after, when you start getting tired, it becomes more difficult again. And this is where you quit, have a break, get back to it. But it's the start. It's always the start. It's like a plane. At the start, it's thrusting. It's burning so much fuel. It's pushing forward, and then it takes off and uses very little fuel and just kind of glides along, as opposed to the amount of fuel it used right at the start. You need to break through that first second, that first 5 minutes. With my workout, I still can't get myself to do an hour and a half straight away. And even if the 20-minute or 30-minute block sometimes feels too difficult, so what I do the first 30 seconds, and as soon as you do the first 30 seconds, you're far more likely to keep going. So the way I can recommend is, say you need to meditate. Can't be asked to do a 15-minute meditation today. Okay. Your bar for success now isn't going to be 15 minutes. It's going to be 1 minute. And as soon as you do the 1 minute meditation, then you're far more likely to just keep going. That's the mindset behind it, bro. Next, you're fighting an uphill battle, don't add more opponents. It's a very quick one. Don't make it more difficult for yourself by overwhelming yourself and feeling shame. I think, I'm not doing anything. Oh, it's so difficult. You're just going to say, I can't be asked. It's too difficult. That's it. No, back to the previous point. Make it manageable. Think, okay, my bar for success, your bar for success, say you're meditating. Say you're gratitude journaling. It's not going to be 20 minutes of gratitude journaling. That's too difficult for you right now. Your bar for success is going to be, right, 1 point. You can do 1 point every day of your life, like the easiest thing. Turns into an hour. And after you do that 1 point, it's like you've broke the barrier, and boom, you can just keep going. I want to do it in hours now, but it's not going to let me. And then you can get back to it. But your bar for success is down here. So your goal can be up here, but your bar for success is down here. Because every single day I want you to at least hit the hard work. That can be, for me, it's do at least 4 sets, which is very easy compared to like my full workout. Do work for at least an hour and a half. Have the whole day. Like an hour and a half is very low. Meditate for at least, like, I think I have it at 3 minutes. Gratitude at least 5 points. And I've actually even built the baseline up over time. But if I told you, yeah man, my success for meditation is 3 minutes. I think, what do you mean? 3 minutes is nothing. My goal is 20 minutes a day. Sure, but you're gonna miss days that way. I never miss days. Or say I'm like 95% accurate. By not missing days means that some days, even when you have bad days, you still do something and you feel proud of yourself, and you're more likely to do even better tomorrow. Or once you do the task and you feel proud of yourself, it's a lot easier with that positive energy as opposed to the stress to keep going. Finally, reward yourself, finish hard work. Always think, okay, I'm gonna sit. I just sat down and I've recorded 4 YouTube videos, which is pretty tiring, man. Not super tiring, but I feel fried. How am I gonna reward myself at the end of this like hour and a half work block? I'm gonna put a 5-minute timer and face down on my bed. No joking, that's my reward for myself. I'm gonna lay down there, then I'm gonna go get a pack of blueberries and eat them. Small rewards, doesn't need to be something grand. But it's small things like that. It's like you're gonna work out, and then you're gonna allow yourself to have a little cup of coffee. You're gonna do a big. You need to do this big revision task. You're gonna do the big revision task. Then you're gonna allow yourself to have a cube of dark chocolate. See, it doesn't need to be big. It just needs to be something. There has to be something there. A small incentive really helps because you can use discipline and push yourself through, one or two tasks. But I want this to be consistent. I want you to fall in love with the process. Like, part of the biggest reward I have now is that I use Flora, like an app, literally called like Flora. Fantastic. So with this, it's just I can just put a timer, and it's opposed to just using a normal timer. At the end of the timer, I click on it, and it gives me a tree and some coins, whatever. And that stupid little plant that it grows, and like I have this virtual little garden that resets every week. Even with that stupid little thing, it gives me just enough dopamine to want to keep going and eventually fall in love with the process. Where before I'd need to say to myself, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to play video games for the rest of the night. Now it's got to, I'm going to lay down for 5 minutes and have a pack of blueberries and open my flora plant. Do you see? It's all these little things that culminate, and at the end of it, you're doing so much more. I really hope this helps, bro. Get out of here. Go do something productive. Get off YouTube. Much love.